Hi, my name is Alyssa Murphy, and I chose to do my presentation on Love and Friendship, which is a 2016 Lady Susan film adaptation for LMC 3226. Going into a bit of background information, Love and Friendship was released in 2016, and it's an adaptation of one of Austen's more juvenile works, Lady Susan. The film was directed by Whit Stillman, and it features actress Kate Beckinsale as the main character, Lady Susan. The name Love and Friendship is taken from an earlier unpublished epistolary novel from Austen's younger years, even though the film is an adaptation of Lady Susan. The original Love and Friendship is a romantic parody with tropes such as fainting women and crazy spiraling thoughts. So Lady Susan is an epistolary novel written in the past tense, so the shift to film format is quite interesting, with most of the movie feeling quite disconnected from scene to scene. However, Stillman creates dialogue that matches Austen's style to fill in the spaces the letters don't. Speaking of Stillman, he was seen as a fantastic director choice for the film, with film critic Matt Saitz saying that all of his films are, quote, comedies of manners about educated, often hyperverbal people who are oblivious to how ridiculous they sound, making him a great director choice because of the ridiculous characters of Lady Susan. Going to some similarities, the characterization of the film is very similar to the novel, particularly with Frederica. She's still very tame compared to her mother, but she's not afraid to display her displeasure towards her mom to Reginald. A major difference: one of the major benefits of the film was the way that each character was introduced. Each character introduction included a box with their name and a description, making it way easier to keep track of than in the novel, like we see on the right-hand side. And then kind of going into showcasing Austen's legacy with the background info out of the way. It showcases her legacy through the focus on the Regency era, costuming, and also perfecting Austen's signature wit and satire. So even though the Regency era is incredibly popular in modern media, with many other Austen adaptations like the 2005, the 1995, or even shows like Bridgerton, the actual period only lasted from 1811 to 1820. And Jess Romero reports in her 2021 article that Regency romance has been popular since 1935, when Georgette Heyer wrote 24 historical Regency romance novels that centralize, quote, female subjectivity, desires, and apprehensions to an unusual extent. The creation of Stillman's film is incredibly indicative of the effect of Jane Austen's novels on modern film. The popularity of the film, even though Lady Susan is relatively unknown, shows that Austen's legacy helps continue this Regency-era craze into the film genre from the original book genre. Costumes are incredibly important to the Regency look and are one of the best parts of Love and Friendship. The costumes are period accurate, including that the creators were careful to realize that the story actually occurs in 1794, before the total emergence of Regency fashion. The costuming for Love and Friendship was done very well, and the costumer explains that certain color choices were made for Lady Susan's outfits. She only wore black in public to show that she was mourning her husband, but these choices reflect Austen's original choices in the novel. So overall, the costumes in the film reiterate Austen's influence on the popularity of the Regency era, and they stay very accurate to her original image. Now moving kind of into another way the film showcases Austen's legacy, which is wit and satire. So one of Austen's main features of her novels is wit. In Lady Susan, Susan herself has lines such as telling her friend Alicia that she was, quote, never more at ease or better satisfied with herself at probably the worst time in her life. Love and Friendship does a great job of continuing on the satire, especially where Stillman adds in his own dialogue. He adds in the line, quote, a man so easily influenced is to be treasured, a great line for Lady Susan characterization. It's also quite witty. However, in my personal opinion, the satire goes a little too far with the Sir James character. He becomes boisterous and obnoxious, which I didn't feel fit the characterization of him in the novel. He's a little too much. However, overall, the film really stays within Austen's original vision and style, particularly with the costuming and that funny wit. The crew honored the time period of her writing carefully, even ensuring that the costumes represent that pre-Regency era, and Stillman creates a dialogue that mimics her fantastic wit. And then Austen's legacy is also honored with the depiction of women in the film, as Lady Susan is seen as a heroic character almost. Austen essentially made Regency media so popular that the public still enjoys it, and Love and Friendship was the highest rated adaptation since 2010. Overall, Stillman's adaptation shows that Austen is going to stay in cinema, even after all of her main novels have been adapted several different times already. Love and Friendship is the potential beginning of these juvenilia adaptations and very accurate to her vision. Thank you.